everyone at Open the Fridge. Thank you so much for listening, and may the force be with you.
Hi guys, Dwight Tahano here from Open the Fridge, and I am here speaking right now with Mr. Peter Levin, CEO of Nerdist Industries. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
How's your Comic-Con been going so far?
Well, so far so good. You know, we spent the last week, literally the last week, taking the lightsaber from Skywalker Ranch down to San Diego Comic-Con for our Course of the Force initiative with Lucasfilm. So I feel like coming into Comic-Con, I've already had a Comic-Con, out on the road, you know, taking it through Skywalker Ranch, across the Golden Gate Bridge, through the Google campus and the YouTube campus and the Qualcomm campus, all the way through Los Angeles, Huntington Beach, Pacific Beach, and now down here to Comic-Con. So far so good.
Yeah, Course of the Force, just recently wrapped up, and you have received such an outpouring of support from all of the fans for this wonderful cause. Could you talk a little bit about the charitable organizations that you're working with for Course of the Force?
Absolutely. The entire, 100% of the proceeds that are procured from the running slots, the quarter-mile running slots, you know, very similar to the Olympic torch relay, 100% of those proceeds go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So that's for, you know, terminally and chronically ill children. So, you know, it's a charity that's closely affiliated with Lucasfilm. But for us, it's very near and dear to an event like this, because it's getting them outside, it's getting them active, it's getting them to be able to rally around, you know, the world's best piece of intellectual property, Star Wars, getting into costume play, putting smiles on the kids' faces, on their families' faces. It was just an incredible outpouring of both support and I believe an incredible experience for the kids who participated.
Yeah, absolutely. Just seeing some of the photos from all the people that are there, you just see the smile on their faces, right? And there's nothing quite like that, knowing that they look forward to something such as this and getting that type of reaction. Well, who did you have with you helping on this whole Course of the Force initiative?
So our event director, a gentleman by the name of Andy Bush, he's a senior VP globally at Octagon, which is the largest live events company in the world. They've actually done Olympic torch relays in the past. So he's really, him and his team, they're based all throughout the U.S., Arkansas, Florida, New York. This is their second year doing this with us, which is the second year of Course of the Force. Brilliantly executed by them. Could not have done it without them. You know, my team at Nerdist Industries, from my head of production, Seth Laterman, to Brian Walton, our editor-in-chief, Charlene Jimenez, our social media manager. Everyone was out on the road. You know, it was like a big fraternity and sorority, if you will. It's like camp. It was like a week of camp, and then it ended, and we were all very disappointed, and then woke up and realized, hey, it's Comic-Con. So that doesn't suck.
Absolutely, but then that also means you got to keep that energy level up because there's so much going on here. Speaking of which, as CEO of Nerdist Industries, what does Nerdist have here at Comic-Con this year? So
we've got multiple shows in production for our premium YouTube channel. We've got, in partnership with YouTube, we are producing Geek Week for them, which begins on August the 9th. So we're shooting tons of shows for Geek Week. We are podcasting aggressively. Chris Hardwick, my partner in crime, just happened to podcast Harrison Ford. I had to make sure that went okay. It went okay. Chris Hardwick is moderating some of the biggest panels here at Comic-Con. The Warner Brothers Legendary panel, the Marvel panel, the Walking Dead panel, I believe the Doctor Who panel, the Nickelodeon Animation panel. The list goes on and on and on for him. We had an event Tuesday night wrapping up Course of the Force at the Hard Rock. So that happened. We have a big event Saturday night in partnership with Xbox and Hulu and The Awesomes, which is Seth Meyers' animated show that's coming up. We're very friendly with Seth and Broadway Video. So the fun does not stop for us here at Comic-Con. And Jabba's Pleasure Barge, which was the lead vehicle for us throughout Course of the Force, is parked over at Petco Field, right next to the Samsung charging truck. They were our presenting sponsor for Course of the Force. So if you can make your way over to Petco, you can check out Jabba's Pleasure Barge and charge your phone.
Two very different things that I don't think would quite go together, but I'm sure that they work very well. What can we expect from Nerdist in the future?
Well, we're going to make a big announcement Saturday at our panel. We've been threatening to get into the kind of moderately budgeted film arena. So we have a fun, big announcement at our panel on Saturday about that. So tune in, stay tuned. So that's a big deal for us, continuing to get active in the television space. Chris is starring in and producing, and Nerdist is producing as well, a late night show starting in the fall on Comedy Central. And so our bowling show, which we've developed and set up at AMC, so that's happening. A science show at Nat Geo, that's happening. Obviously the Nerdist on BBC America, so that's happening. So lots happening.
Yeah, no kidding. I have to say, the bowling show is easily one of my favorite ones on the YouTube channel. I've watched the Doctor Who one repeatedly because it makes me laugh so much. And when I had heard that it was picked up to be an actual TV show, I was very happy, because not only does it mean that these people that I respect, such as yourself, are getting into a more public space, but also this thing that I enjoy is getting to more eyes than ever before. But thank you very much for taking the time to talk with me. For people who want to join in next year for Course of the Force, and also for future Nerdist Industries news, where should they go?
Absolutely, StarWars.com/Course of the Force. That's where you can find out all about Course of the Force goings-ons and what happened this year, what's coming up next year, and then tune into YouTube.com/Nerdist. And then just Nerdist.com, and obviously sign up for our daily newsletter at NerdistNews.com. It's like your favorite page of your favorite magazine in your inbox every day. I think those are great resources. Obviously follow us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and wherever else the interweb finds you. We're probably there.